Yep. And it looks like we're off. Andy's starting at the house, and I'm sure Pika just behind before we get the stream sync.
Well, that's not too bad a starting item there.
Yeah, we've got a weapon.
That means some extra killing power here right at the start. We'll be able to maybe get those extra bombs fairly quickly that we're looking for before we get into town. But Pika, not at all interested.
Oh, wow.
Never mind.
Oh, it's only too bad that Pika didn't do that tree pull, because 8 bombs coming off the pack there.
I'm surprised that Pika doesn't check that tree pull right there.
Yeah, he might be planning on just doing Uncle and skipping right to Sanctuary, probably completing it up there.
Yeah, you can get the tree pull on the way north of the, I guess right south of the Lumberjack Ledge check, so it wouldn't surprise me if Pika still grabs those tree pull bombs.
I'm
But
going to continue on.
Both players are, actually.
And there he goes with the pull, alright. Yeah, that's good news, because if these players are both going to the back of Escape, they're going to want those bombs to get those 3 items, because they're not guaranteed the power glove in here.
Yeah, provided the key isn't already back there, they might still be able to. I don't know. I'll probably see a same quit out of Zelda Cell regardless of what comes out of here, I think.
Yeah, the only thing
walking back out, it's just a big pain.
That's true, and yeah, I guess we would need, or at least want, the lamp to put the dark item into logic, but depending on, again, on our runner's level of comfort, we may see some, oh, there was a flute.
Well, pays off today. If you get a weapon early on, like super early on before checking Uncle, why not hang around and go ahead and complete the castle while you're up here? It might save another trip later on, and in this case, that flute is going to help him get around really good.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We have immediate mountain access.
Yeah, that's true. We're just, I guess, a mirror away from that lucrative east side of Death Mountain. But, only the one I'm in the Spectacle Cave right now that flute unlocks, but, it's just vastly superior overworld movement is pretty great.
Absolutely.
This ball and machine guard down here, I think, goes down to 2 hammer hits, or might be 3 actually.
I believe it's 2, doing the tempered sword damage.
It is 2, you're right. It is really easy to clink off of his ball.
Sometimes you'll take more than 2 swings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting the saving quits. We're out to the Sanctuary now. Did we see the map in the trip in?
I did not. But
yeah, neither did I. So that means our map and our key are going to be in the back 3 or the dark.
Yes, that's true. It's really nice if you can kind of rule out that the map happens to be in the back there, or the map happens to be in the dark room rather, because that makes it you want to make that giant trip. And the tier 2 triple is also bombs.
Alright, so we're gonna see a hoarder. What's he throw? Oh, full magic. That's pretty nice, actually.
Why not? There's nothing else we really need. I guess rupees would have been super great right now.
Yeah.
We are just about to get down here. Oh, never mind.
50 in the forest and a heart container on the lumberjack ledge. So, alright. Quick map check. I saw Eastern and Hera.
Okay,
Crystal.
I saw. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. Do your thing.
Alright. I think I saw green pendant on Eastern, a crystal on Hera, and I imagine you might have gotten Desert Palace.
I did get Desert Palace.
Dang.
Palace was a 5/6 crystal.
Ah, fantastic.
Probably. Maybe when the other player checks, we will get confirmation, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yeah, we're getting some chat confirmation. Thank you for that. Pikapals practicing the flute before he goes to wake up his friend.
Almost felt like he wanted to hammer that bird, but decided to play a tune for it instead. That's probably why it came right after him, actually.
Interesting. Meanwhile, we've got a book and the Quake medallion now, out of Blind's basement, of course. These and the Bombos medallion.
Wow,
Blind collecting the coins, but not necessarily the money kind.
See Pikapals coming down here to activate the bird first. Maybe that's because he doesn't want to forget to activate it, because you typically don't have it this early. And maybe he's trying to save a mini later between the flute and the bombs, because now he's not going to have to mini back to the flute after bombing all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd feel the fool if I entered the village with the flute and forgot to activate it.
Oh yeah, I've definitely done that before. More than once, actually.
Oh, and our hookshot comes very early in a wide open spot here out of the well. Pika's going to breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I'll say, considering that previous match's hookshot location.
Yeah. And the rupees eventually coming in pretty strongly for Andy, redeeming them for the heart piece off the bottle vendor. Meanwhile, Pikapals only really behind at this point, the tiniest bit for doing first what Andy is doing now. But yeah, that hook shot gives us a lot on the mountain.
Yeah, it sure does. Those, 5, 6, 7, 8 items on the east side, and we'll also be able to get all the way to Hera, in fact. Possibly not going to be able to complete it. We'll still need a fire source before we can guarantee to complete that. But, hey, that small access might be all we need right now.
Yeah, at the very least, it's a lot of item locations and a crystal, potentially. So I think that's a pretty strong start. We'll see if they have any other ideas for the flute, because we also have the book, and we can get right to our number 6 spot and be pretty much on the doorstep for Desert Palace.
Yeah, that's true. That might be a little bit...
required fire there.
Yeah, required fire and possibly required boots, so I could see them putting that off for just a little bit. Yeah. I guess we'd need a glove as well to get to Landmola. But it's definitely high up there, because typically, in my experience, the boot comes fairly mid to late game. Ooh, the powder is on the library today. That may be an important pickup. We actually don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it comes down to the bat. And also the placement, of course, of our Chain of Samaria and the mushroom. May be able to bail ourselves out of a long search for boots.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Well, I guess if it's the boots, I don't know if that is pretty nice, but it is a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, our runners would prefer to have the boots for sure, especially Andy. Both of our runners showing a bit of restraint on the race game and ends up paying off.
I can never justify not checking at first.
Like, yeah, I think the only time that people do it is when they feel like they haven't gotten much out of the seed so far, and like a probabilities thing, I guess.
Right. I could see it in maybe like key sanity mode as well, just because there's much more likely chance that there's a key over there that you need. But
right. Yeah, and our first sword now out of Mini Moldorm, and our first bottle, the Moon Pearl, and cash money. Wow.
Not a bad cave at all.
I totally agree with what you're saying with the key sanity. You got those keys on the ground, they're unlabeled. Chances are you're going to see a small key on the race game and just be like, I have to go get it.
Andy taking the slightly faster strat of flying over here to spot 8 before heading up to Ice Rod Cave. Having the flute to get over here is just so cool, because the walk there is kind of a pain for just a single item. The flight at least makes it, a little bit faster.
Yeah, there's at least some runners that would prefer to only have the flute when going to Ice Rod Cave, or before going to Ice Rod Cave. But yeah, sword number 2 already. We're loaded up.
Which Pika is missing out on right now, actually. If Pika is going to go all the way up to the Hera area, I hope that he finds another sword before getting that Ether Towel if it happens to have something.
Yeah, that does put our tablets in like a very low barrier to entry.
Andy's heading down to Desert Palace first, actually. That's surprising to me, but I like the divergence.
It looks like he'll go straight to Agina for now.
Something in Agina's cave that's required can be almost like game-changing if there's something in here early on, because this is such a commonly like last spot for people to check.
Yeah, like the Ice Rock Cave, it is kind of remote, literally about as much tucked into a corner of the map. Today it's just $50, but it'll be peace of mind, and when you get that flute early, again, you're shortening that trip, and you feel like you don't have an excuse to skip it.
Yep, I can agree with that. And having the book, you can actually grab what's on that desert ledge too, so it's actually a really nice check because you can just immediately see 2 items. Yeah, because heading over to East Death Mountain here, we'll be able to get all the nice items over here and get a peek up at the Tower of Hera, most likely, I would assume. People will be able to read
there,
what
I
is
think we'll
on.
make an attempt.
Yeah, for sure. Even though we might not be able to clear it without a fire source, maybe we'll get one over here. And we're doing now what Pika did slightly earlier here. This is probably the best use of dark rooms I can think of, is getting this checkpoint.
Yeah, I mean, it's the quickest one to walk for your restore back to the door, and the number of times you might have to come up here, there's 2 dungeons, Ganon's Tower, all these item locations, and you might be up here multiple different times with different item sets.
Yeah, having the flute, you can it's an easy save and quit to get all of your health back for wherever you're going next, so it's extremely popular. If you're going to learn dark rooms, while Eastern Palace is pretty easy to get to the big key chest, I think that one is probably the most useful one to know early on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That, by the way, just to point this out, that 3 Moldorm thing there for Pika in that room with the 5 chests, that was pretty slick. He threw the bomb and then got 1 spin attack that hit all 3 mini Moldorms. It was pretty great.
Oh man, I missed it, but yeah, what a spin.
Yeah, saves having to swap to the hook shot to take out those Moldorms in 1 hit, or just flailing wildly.
Right. Yeah, very good stuff. Now he is diving Hera. We got that big key early, which means we can get through this whole dungeon, but we might leave an item behind yet. We'll see.
That's what you want to see. Uh-oh. Hoping to not find both dungeon items.
Yeah, we want that compass to be downstairs.
Or, with any luck, the small key as well, which can happen. You can have a key locking itself in the item placement. It can happen. Only in a few spots, because the randomizer does its best to prevent key locks, and I don't believe we've had any reports of any of them this entire version. So they've got it down pretty good. But yeah, keys can lock themselves, so the small key to Hera Basement can actually be in Hera Basement, or it can be right there.
Yep, this time it's there. But still, we've got 1 item, and now on Moldorm, we're going to have the compass or the other item, and that's going to let us know whether or not we have to come back here, well, might want to come back here later. As Andy, having that Master Sword from the Ice Rock Cave is going to get his ether item.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to check this out just in case it happens to be the fire source that they need to get in there.
Oh!
Not a fire source, but that's pretty good. Okay, well that's fine. Pika will know where that is because he will go and read the tablet after fighting Moldorm here. So while he won't be able to get it quite yet, knowing where it is almost, just as good.
And nice hammer Moldorm from Pika here. Question in chat, why didn't he hookshot across? Without the boots, much more difficult to get back. You have to kind of chase yourself around with that spark. And I guess bomb jump potentially, but the placement and the timing of all that sounds pretty complicated to me at least.
Yeah, you can't just get back easily because the floor tile hits if you hook shot across. When you bomb jump across, it doesn't hit, which lets you just walk on past.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, Pika is going to be checking out the Ether Tablet. We'll get knowledge that the Cane of Samaria is there. Unfortunately, doesn't have the sword yet to get it, but that's okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be potentially very important as we have Mire and Turtle Rock needing that cane for various points.
We did see that Moldorm did have the second item, so we will not need to come back here at all, thankfully.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be welcome news for both of these runners. Nobody likes to go through the pile room.
Pikapals, checking out Spiral Cave after Hera. If you check it out before Hera, you're going to have to walk all the way back up the mountain, but just doing it now makes a whole lot of sense. This slightly orphans the spectacle inside a spectacle rock. Oh wait, no, Pika did check that, didn't he? Never mind.
I believe he did, yes.
So probably hoping to find that mirror before needing to come get Cane of Samaria.
Oh, and Andy taking a fall here gonna also take a death warp and get himself back to the front.
That fall really stinks there at the big chest.
Yeah.
Takes you down 2 flights. Alright, Pika gonna be checking out. Ooh, it switches to the book, so we're going inside desert, not just peeking at the thing there.
Okay.
Pika peeking.
Pika peek.
Yeah.
He's gonna, as you mentioned, get that info about the boots. See what's on the torch and see if we know whether or not we're gonna go fast.
Handy just deciding to hookshot across this time. Not gonna bother doing another bomb jump.
And this time, taking a deliberate fall to a safe spot.
Alright, is Desert Boots locked? This chest will tell us.
It is not. Well,
not yet.
Items may be locked here.
Yeah. Okay, now is Desert Boot locked? It is, okay. So that small key is going to be up on the torch. So we will need the boots to, well, logically we will need boots to complete this dungeon, but we can actually go fight Landmola without getting that right side chest once we have the means of, you know, getting to them.
Yeah, we just need the lift upgrade and fire source, and we'll be able to get back to Landmola, and then we'll see if he's got an item or if they're both locked on the right side. But now Pika gonna head to Agina, get his $50. Both these runners just swimming in the rupees at this point.
Yeah, all this cash and no logical access to Zora quite yet, but I feel like that might change pretty soon. The gloves have to show up somewhere. They just lock so much, right, that they have to be fairly early on, or at least the power gloves do.
Yeah, they may yet be somewhere in Dark World. We do have two swords. We need a lamp, logically, to put Aga into play.
Yeah, if that happens to be the case, I think that'll be pretty good for Pika because that'll force him into that Master Sword. He won't be missing that.
Yeah, especially if the cape is hidden somewhere else as well.
Yeah, finding the cape would actually, I think, be pretty bad for Pika.
Yeah, he'd be unlikely to get the Ice Rod cave unless another item was evading him pretty hard.
Such as maybe the Cane of Samaria. Andy gonna be fake flipping here, it looks like, while Pika is heading over to the Eastern Palace area. There is our first glove, finally.
As predicted, had to come up early, and that's gonna put Aghanim squarely out of the logic now.
Oh, not gonna bother going to Eastern Palace yet. Is going to go to the
Sick
bottle
kid, I
vendor?
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottle kid. The sick
Yeah.
vendor.
Sick vendor, buyer disease. Yeah. But yeah, this fake flipper, unsurprising from Andy, given that they have the Moon Pearl and, as we mentioned, all that money. You're going to be able to leverage the Moon Pearl to get a glitch as they swim in and out of the Waterfall of Wishing, put themselves back up on dry land, even though once they exit, they'll still be on the water.
Right, Pika gonna be jumping into the Dark World now. Where is he going to go? Presumably Thieves Town? I don't know if you'd go swing up the Skullwoods at this moment. Maybe.
We'll see. I think it'll depend on whether it's pendant or crystal, but I guess not for Pika. He's going right in. Half magic so far, and a heart piece on the trip north from Andy.
You would not believe how many times you can use the Cane of Samaria with half magic.
Yeah, you can build yourself a house out of those bricks if they didn't have to explode in between turns. A heart container on the Zora ledge. First item out of Skull now, $50 for Pika.
Hey, when you're just peeking into Skull Woods without the means of clearing it, finding those 2 items is really nice. So it's great that one of them came up so quickly.
Finding the key here, super nice. And that's a lot of money for bombs off of Zora.
The second item from Skull Woods almost.
Wow, and that was like the quickest in and out on Skull Woods that you could get with that placement, or with that entry point.
Yeah, it really is. That small key over there to prevent you going through the bumper mummy room, and then just the other item right over here is pretty great.
Yeah, very nice. Now Andy gonna head over here to the east, gonna score himself some power gloves, and we'll see if he gets the itch to go to Eastern at all, or just runs right to the Dark World.
With Eastern as a pendant dungeon, I could see the want to go in there, and because you're probably only going to need to go in there once, right? Because there's 3 items. You won't be able to get all of them guaranteed, but you might be able to get what you need. But with those gloves giving you Dark World access, I could easily see just skipping it like Pikapals did, and having a quick route back there with the flute.
Yeah, you've got your proximity to some items versus all your potential items. And runner might make different decisions, but both of these guys deciding time to go to Dark World. Andy gonna approach it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Andy looks like he's approaching the Dark World from the southern route here. Gonna be going right into Hype Cave, and and what? Maybe left to go all towards the big game, or maybe to the right to go up to the Pyramid Catfish, which might be a little weird because that's only 2 items way up there. But we'll see what happens.
Oh, we get a map check. Pendant's Pod and Turtle Rock.
I did not see what the other 5/6 crystal was.
I think it was Skull Woods.
Let's see if I can catch it on the restream. It was Ice Palace, actually.
Ice Palace, out.
In fact, opposite side of the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking.
That's okay.
Yeah, so far it looks like Zero doing out of Thieves Town.
I did find
Arrows galore.
Yeah, we did find the Cape in Hype Cave. Pikapals did not swing by and check out the bumper ledge, so we still don't know what is up there or if that keep will be needed or not.
It could come in big. Still has that potential use, or it might be our logical access to a couple of different areas of the game, including the Spike Cave, the Laser Bridge, and Turtle Rock, should we end up entering it being pendant.
Yeah, it would be pretty nice.
I guess there's one more spot in Ice Palace.
No, the logic doesn't need the invincibility for those spikes unless you're on one-hit KO mode.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I think I was thinking of the old logic.
Yeah, for sure. In the past, that definitely used to be the case, but not so much anymore. Pikapal is just casually walking onto the correct pixel to squeeze past those spikes there.
Whatever. I got
Pikachu's
this.
small. He can squeeze through wherever he wants to.
Yeah. We're digging and digging here. Rupees galore. And just the big red coming up nice and slow. But without those mitts, Andy really can't get any further.
Alright, so the Southern Dark World route didn't really pay off unless that cape happens to be something pretty cool, but I can only assume after Thieves Down here, Pikapals are just gonna swing past the Southern way of Dark World and gonna be picking up that cape anyway, though he may still not check to see what is on the ledge, so who knows, it might still be a slight advantage if it happens to be something awesome.
Yeah, we'll see if Andy's thinking about making that check here.
Speaking of checks,
Yeah, get your hype in the chat. It looks like we're gonna go read a certain resting place of a certain sword in the vanilla game.
this is the biggest check of them all, right?
Just arrow storage.
That red Zizak got up here really far. What the heck?
Yeah,
he
wow.
Doesn't usually,
He was
he doesn't
booking.
usually go that far. Holy cow.
Yeah, RNG was just like up. All right, and then change directions up. Fiesel calling the pedestal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stroke
The
of
man
genius.
himself.
He knows all. Andy is not going to take the quick check of the 2 Skullwoods items. So it's going to be saving a little bit of time there unless he decides to go up there. Oh wait, with that cape and having the southeastern or southwestern Dark World loop already done, yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense to go check all that after Thieves Town, actually.
Yeah, you kind of loop here and swing back up, I guess, and get it going. Yeah, Pico onto his blind fight here.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, very nice fight. Of course, blind having that interesting damage table where it doesn't really matter what you hit him with as long as you hit him. A couple of items you can't hit him with, of course, but if you got a hammer, a sword, or a cane, you're in the money.
Thieves Town coming up completely empty. There was nothing important in there at all.
Yeah, it was just more and more rupees, it seemed like.
I don't think there was anything really important in the outlying area either here. Like the entirety of Village of Outcasts being pretty bare. These are actually some pretty crappy thieves.
Yeah, you'd think for being called Thieves Town, you'd have at least one Piku or Forest Thief in here, right?
Right. I guess the Blind's Hut in the Light World had 2 shiny golden coins, so that was the place to be.
Yeah, pulling the old bamboozle and shifting dimensions on you.
So both runners just kind of retracing what the other one did here. And he's going to be finding nothing with Thieves Town, but it's going to be going up north after this. We'll be able to check out to see if that cape he found was important. He's going to be getting the cape here pretty soon. And as for what he's going to do after this check here, I don't know. We don't really have like clear direction to go like in a dungeon, right? There's no dungeons that can really be completed yet.
Yeah, without a fire source, there's just not a lot we can do. We're a glove short for checking out the Mire area. We can go into Pod, but we can't even complete that pendant dungeon.
I suppose Pika in this situation may as well just go up to the Pyramid and Catfish maybe, or maybe just the Pyramid and Pod, I don't know. There's not really much we have. He does know where Samaria is, but Samaria still doesn't actually unlock anything yet. Maybe seeing the cave there will convince him to go back to the north side of Dark World, but still, that's kind of a hard sell. That's kind of a long way to walk, even with the flute.
Yeah, given that you'd have to get back up into Dark World out of the Light World, I think what we're gonna see here is at least the pyramid next.
Yeah, okay, that does seem to be where he's going. That's good.
Yeah.
One
of these few locations has to have something.
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen the back of Escape quite yet. The 3 items in the back.
That's true. That's true. Got those gloves when we had a hammer and a pearl, so, you know, we saw Dark World immediately.
Yeah, being able to fly straight to 3 to go into the Dark World was a lot more enticing than starting at Sanctuary and just walking all the way down, I guess.
Indeed.
Alright, is it on the pyramid? Sure
we got Titan's mitts.
That is
truly the pyramid of power.
It really is. The golden pyramid. Oh boy. And Pika's gonna be continuing on.
Oh man, if somebody had, for whatever reason, ran to Aga with those 2 swords, not that we found the lamp yet, but you would have found your mitts here, or your power glove here, and thought you were fine.
That's somewhat happened to me in the past. I think it was on a restream that I dig Aganon when I didn't need to, and I probably look like a big dummy, but I ended up finding like the Mire in pod, and it actually saved my butt.
Nice.
Because no one else found that for a while, and it worked out. So even if you mess up, sometimes it can pay off.
Yeah. It being randomized, we do a lot of interesting results, as we got Pikapals going up to this long walk catfish, and Blind going down easy for Andy with just a bit of bullying in there. Just the arrow upgrade.
Alright, so those mitts are pretty great. That unlocks all the blacksmith area. That will unlock the check on the Mire area, which may be a quick check. But no, we are going to East Death Mountain here, where we'll be able to see at least 6 items. Actually, yeah, 6 items, not at least. And the Turtle Rock Medallion, which is a pendant, so we may not need it, but we'll find out.
Yeah, our runners will hope they won't need to go in there, but they'll want to know the medallion, just to be sure that, well, whether or not they want to avoid ether as much as possible, or know that it's in logic with Quake or Bombos.
Andy gonna be checking this bumper ledge here, sees the other green rupee. They found one already, and there's the other one. So that cape, not too great for that.
Yeah, nothing much there, and we're seeing a nice approach here. He's gonna actually climb to the top of the turtle and do it there, in case he can open it for later.
I don't know if you're going purely for just the items, if this is faster or not.
Oh.
Does see its Quake and doesn't take the time to open it up.
Oh no.
Really no point in opening it up when you don't even have Samaria to get past the first room anyway, so yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah, we'll see if he makes the other trip up here to the ether tablet then. Well, no, still lacking the Master Sword.
Yeah.
He'd have to find another sword here.
Even if he did, without that Mire, that's another really long haul to get all the way back to ether.
Yeah, it really is. Now we have Andy saving quitting out of the quick 2 items from Skull Woods. Big money out of Hookshot Cave. And the silver arrows.
That was the same chest that they were in yesterday when these both played. Oh where Andy hovered to get them, I believe. That's where they were. Pikapals going all the way down to Spike Cave. Has the cape, we'll be able to get that item. Hopefully.
Alright, and Andy clearing the back of Escape. Found the key and the map. Is going to go into the dark knowing there's an item there. This will be out of logic without the lamp, but that lamp may be someplace that's, like, accessible right now anyhow.
Oh, Pika has a green potion. Okay, that's good. I was going to say, I don't think just the cape's going to be enough. You're going to need something else, but yeah, that green potion's definitely going to be enough.
Yeah, and smartly stopping at the 3 hearts. Oh, yeah, he sneaks off. Alright.
Maybe it's a heart back for his trouble.
We'll never know if it was Sankheart.
Alright, let's see if we can see what this chest is that Andy's about to open. Heart piece, got it.
Yeah. So there you go. Back of Escape, nothing much. Bombs and a little bit of love.
The pal's going into pod? Or maybe checking out... Yeah, I think so. And Andy heading in the desert. Okay. We'll find out that it is indeed boots locked. Well, I mean, not especially boots locked, but the items on the right side are definitely boots locked. But yeah, going in the Palace of Darkness without the bow is kind of a scary thing, but hopefully
and he avoided using that potion, though. And so now is set up to do the potion glitch.
Yeah, good point. So
it's interesting.
You should be able to check everything here.
Yeah, the only thing he won't be able to do is finish the dungeon. Not to have to.
Okay, Palace of Darkness. Alright, small key up front. It's pretty good.
Yep, the patented key there.
Actually, I almost feel like having like not a small key there would be more beneficial. You could quickly rule out that, alright, nothing here is going to lead to the bow.
Yeah, it definitely would be the case. You'd know that if you took the time to do the potion glitch, that you might get a little bit ahead in some ways, but you're still going to have to circle back for that very important, you need it here, or well, in Ganon's Tower, I guess, in this seed. We got Pendants Eastern and Pod. Huh.
Andy is heading all the way up here to Spike Cave right now, which is a bit curious. Did he already check the Dark World side of Death Mountain?
He might just be doing this one first.
That's weird, because you can't hookshot across the bridge in the Dark World.
It's true. So we'll be save quitting and picking the mountain again. Shield 2 for Pika out of Pod. Well, shield level 2, not the second shield from Pod.
Oh, Andy doesn't have the Titansmiths yet. Hey, that would explain a couple things.
How about it? A herder. Our bad.
Those are kind of in a typical out-of-the-way spot. Usually you would have more stuff by now before having to rely on. Pikapals, use that push a little low. Is that still going to work? I think so.
We'll see.
No, he didn't use it against the wall.
Oh no.
He was really low on that screen.
Oh no.
Does not get the camera glitch there, so is opting to peace out and go elsewhere.
Yeah, we'll see if Andy puts his to work and in a better position, and whether this ends up pulling off anything good for him. But Pika now gonna take it to someplace in sequence, going to Mire.
If we find a fire source, might be hoping that he knows where. Might be hoping he can get that Canis Mire pretty soon. I don't think he checked the thing there, just kind of assuming he has it. Or might just be planning on checking it immediately after this. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a sword.
That's
And
good.
another sword. That's fantastic.
Wonderful. I'm a big fan of the Mire shed right now.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Bombos. Pika wants to go in there, but probably wants to get Samaria first.
Yeah, he knows where it is, but yeah, he's gonna do a thing or two first.
I hope he goes and checks Ice Rod Cave immediately after this.
That would just be fantastic. But we're gonna see him do the back of escape now. Meanwhile, Andy not SQing out of here. Or well, no, he's gotta go down the middle yet.
Does Andy have that green potion as well? I don't remember if that came inside the bottle or not.
I think it did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, out of Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, he does. Oh, excuse me. He does have it, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's walking it back. Gonna check the vanilla big key spot.
That might be better than when I saw 2 swords on the left side of Swamp Palace.
I mean, I think it's literally the closest in proximity 2 swords can get in the whole game.
Yeah,
Like,
they are
literally smack dab together.
The tiles are
sword
right
sandwich.
next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, Pika now, digging through the dark. Feeling around. Gets his heart piece.
Okay, now where do you go? Oh yeah, you go get Samaria. That's where you go. No, never mind. That's not where he's going. He's going back to pod.
Oh, really wants to get in there.
Huh. That's interesting.
I mean, some folks really believe in pendant pod with the progression.
We'll see what he's missing out on here as Andy checks these chests here. He missed a small key. Got it.
Yep, a map and a small key.
Did he actually go buy another potion? Or maybe he's just going through with the logic this time of where the keys led him. Because he did that glitch, or he attempted that glitch rather, when he could have gone elsewhere, right? In the dungeon? Like he didn't
I thought he was
get
out
to
of
the
keys.
back of the dungeon.
Oh no.
Oh, was
no.
he?
He's got
He's
one.
got one.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't want to walk all the way back and just decided, well, let's go see what we can do elsewhere. And then just spend the time to come back here later, I guess.
Yeah, this is a,
I'm fairly certain the boat
play.
back here still, because there were not 2 keys bow locked on the right side. There was only 1 key bow locked on the right side. So I think that means Bo can still be back here. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I can't honestly claim to know. But we do have our big key, so if these runners brave that maze.
That's where Andy's going. We didn't find the lamp over there, so we're still in the dark. I promise the runners are still playing the game. Do not adjust your monitor set. Okay, there's some light.
Sankheart out of the dark maze.
Oh, nice. I think the top one wasn't anything important, so not too much in the dark. And the big chest is the red mail. So nothing in pod.
Yeah, that Bowlock side ended up being nothing for it. So
I think Andy is heading towards the pyramid right now. Wow. You know, I'm thinking the correct answer here is inside Misery Mire. Is what I'm starting to believe.
We certainly have it available.
Yeah, or I guess it could be in Eastern Palace as well.
Yeah, I
But,
mean, now that we have the Cane of Samari, it could be in Turtle Rock. There's the chance to get all the way to Laser Bridge
that's true. It could definitely
without that
be
fire
inside
rod.
there. Oh wow, yeah. I guess it could be. Jeez.
That cane turns out to be pretty substantial, but Pikapals hanging out in the east.
Maybe he's thinking that since he didn't get Samaria right away, that he might feel slightly behind, and he's just going to... I don't know. Well, I mean, he doesn't know the other sword exists right now anyway, so I don't know if that would make sense. Well, either way, we'll get some new information here out of Eastern Palace. No one's been in here yet. Green Pit and Eastern Palace.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier on in the race, number of items you're guaranteed here at the front. You got 3 in total. You're going to get 2 of them. At least if you sequence break that dark room right now.
Yeah, there's one of them, just the 100 rupee. Nothing too substantial here. I think we have enough rupees.
Yeah, make them stop. Make them stop.
Yeah, if we're interested in doing dark rooms, I think Misery Mire would be the correct play, because we can, even if the 2 items are nothing, we can still complete and grab that crystal with some dark room wiggling around in. Andy,
So,
having those
go
myths
ahead.
now finally, I think is heading down to the Mire area. That's where I would go first with the myths. But, okay, good. We'll see the sword explosion here. Yikes. Well, that was item number 2 in Eastern Palace?
Yeah, I believe it would be 2.
Okay, and without the key, that means that the lamp will be required quotes, to get whatever's in this last one. This is such a long haul to go all the way around here just to get this item independent dungeon. Okay.
Yeah.
Andy grabs the gold sword out of the armory.
Yeah, today the Mire Shed is indeed the armory.
Ooh, thought about going into Mire there for a second, but decides not to.
That's interesting. I think is pretty curious about that lamp location at this point. But also having the east side of the Dark Death Mountain to check yet. A higher item concentration.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and we can... I think we might just see a dip into the Turtle Rock here as well. I would think, since we're already on the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, especially you go in there kind of hoping you get locked out of it pretty quickly. You want the small key you need to proceed to be behind the fire rod locked section on the east side of that dungeon. Ooh,
Whoa!
The boots.
Whoa!
The boots in the big chest of Eastern Palace. Technically, logically locked behind the lamp because that big key was in its vanilla location past the dark rooms. So, it's interesting.
Oh man, that's awesome. Pikapals is going to immediately put those to use, checking out the Blanc Rocks here and the King's Tomb as well, and then probably going to be floating down to complete desert, I would think.
Not without a fire source.
That's right, they still don't have fire.
I know, they
oh
still
my
don't have a
gosh.
fire source at 49 minutes as the clock rolls over.
Andy had a lot of trouble hitting that last peg. I hope everyone saw that.
We're going to get the opening. We'll see if we get the check.
Yeah, without Fire and Misery Mire, they're also locking out 2 items, or 2 chests, which could potentially be the big key that's preventing them from being able to finish it.
Yeah, that's right. You've got a couple of other reasons to not get into Misery Mire just yet. So we know the boots will not lead to the lamp, but they could lead to the fire rod.
I think fire rod would be just as good right now. If we find that fire rod, we may very well just not even find the lamp.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, is these guys are both really comfortable in this dark room, so it's going to be praying for a fire rod here on the east side of Desert Palace, because that would get us through this dungeon and just check off what could be a very ridiculous dive into, say, Turtle Rock.
Some people in chat are saying that maybe they're worried that Pika forgot about where Kane is. I'm thinking that Pika just doesn't want to go get it without the mirror, because that is such a long walk.
Yeah, it really is. When you have to hookshot and hammer it there, you're just a little bit disinclined.
Yeah, even though I suppose he knows that he could go like into Turtle Rock after grabbing it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to, though.
He doesn't want to, yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's a pain. Alright, 300 rupees. It's item number 1 out of desert. And we've got a map, so we've got an item on Lamolas.
Pal's walking out of desert. Is there something else he wants to do around here? He's checked Agnes Cave.
Yeah, without the mirror, probably just gonna hit the ledge here and flute. Alright, and we got a small key here on the beginning of Turtle Rock.
Pikapals grabbing the gold sword.
It's definitely not what he's looking for, but there it is. And Andy, gonna get locked out at the chomp room, picks up the big key.
It's Mire. It's gotta be Mire at this point, right?
I believe so. We need fire for desert. We need a bow for eastern. We need a bow for pod. We need a mirror for swamp. We need fire for Skull Woods. We need flippers for Ice Palace.
Speaking of flippers, Pikapal's now doing fake flippers, or
oh yeah, setting up off the bush.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
he really did pull a U-turn there. But yeah, and still no lamp though. So we expect to find the lamp in Mire?
I would think so.
Yeah, and actually chat pointing out as Andy is walking back through the village, we got the whole smith chain yet.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Yeah.
Which is still also a pain in the butt without the mirror, so I could definitely see putting that off for so long. Pikapal's getting
the powder is
water
in the library.
Yeah, it is.
The powder is in the library.
Well, it won't lead to the lamp, but who knows?
We're behind the lamp. We could find a fire rod on that though, and that would just be silly.
Fire rod is gold. I really hope. Oh, okay. I was gonna see if that that heart container or that heart piece there put Pika over a new heart, so he'd stop his water walk and start swimming again. We have 1,800 rupees. Holy moly, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, let's spend them.
1812. If you're a fan of old classical music, there's a different theme that should play now. And I guess the bombs go quite nicely with it, but...
Pikapals.
There are the flippers off the smith. Alright, Ice Palace, in the logic.
Ice Palace is probably the answer now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no dark rooms in the Ice Palace, so our lamp could be there.
Yeah, we've seen everything else with the flippers except for Ice Pal, so it would make sense. Pikapals is heading to the blacksmith now, never mind. Is not doing that. Is gonna go grab the powder and then do it. Okay.
Yeah, so after sequence breaking the boots out of Eastern Palace, big chest, for getting the big key in its vanilla location. He's brought them back here to score some powder. Got a very short trip here. Gonna slam a peg, sprinkle some powder, and see what the bat has for us.
Yeah, it might take another minute or so, but I believe Pika will probably do the blacksmith stuff immediately after this. It's still probably
right
going to be
here.
putting... Yeah, it's still probably not thinking about Mire because of the fire lock stuff and not wanting to go all the way to Smart quite yet.
Alright, so first chest of Ice Palace is a heart piece. We got 2 more items here. No, it's just this. The soup stir, the single arrow.
Boots didn't do anything except, I guess, logical finishing up Landmola's, but we won't be able to see that item for a while now.
Yeah. It's, It's something.
I hope after all this, the lamp is still early in Mire. Like, Ice Palace is gonna come up empty, watch.
Yeah, it would be something, just because all this items available, and you're like, but so many other places, more items, things I can do. You never really look to find an item near a place you need it for.
Right. Alright, Pikapals finds out that the cape he had so long ago is not so useful anymore, and is now going to do blacksmith stuff.
Seems so.
Smartly not grabbing the blacksmith first, because I don't think you can enter Bumper Cave with him, because it's a multi-entrance cave. Is that right? I have no idea.
I think that's right, because I know that you can also not bring him into a dungeon, and there's something about the back end of the 2 entrance caves and the dungeons that is very similar in the way the game processes them, so I would imagine that holds true.
And he got a... Was there a small key in that Freezord chest, and now he's just going back up to head off to the right side here. Pika
Yeah, nice
grabbing
little
those
move,
important
gonna
flippers. Sorry.
Save himself. That's alright, yeah, it's a nice little routing move here to save yourself some trouble. You strand the, what's called the iced tea chest, but you hope you don't need it.
Pika probably saying, finally. There's the fire rod.
Fire rod in the Ice Palace. Alright.
Everything is finally starting. We're finally finding items. It's been so long since we find a progression item.
Well, how about it? Yeah, and as we were mentioning earlier, that kind of puts the out of our runners' minds. Not that it isn't in the logical requirements, but in terms of the practical getting the seed done aspect. Don't even need it.
So what does the fire rod actually unlock? It unlocks Mothula, but we don't. There's no more items in Skullwoods. I suppose it unlocks Landmola's for Pikapals.
It does.
Boots are. It unlocks more of Turtle Rock.
It does. I guess the thing we hope for now, for speed's sake, would be the mirror on Landmo, and then the bow in Swamp, somewhere you'd just walk into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that would keep us moving at quite a fast clip.
Oh, I guess the fire rod also unlocks those 2 chests in Mire we were talking about earlier.
Oh, it does, yes.
So we might be seeing Pika, oh gosh, after getting locked out of these pegs here.
Oh no.
Going to do some Misery Mire after this. I don't know, there's probably a lot of decisions you could do after this that are all correct, because you got to do them all anyway.
Right, yeah. And the shovel comes out, so I guess you go get that.
That is the last item out of Ice Palace, is the shovel. Pika probably still hoping for Mire so he doesn't have to walk all the way around to Samaria.
He's gonna have to cash that one in of it. Head back up to that ether tablet, make that long walk. So Andy into cold stare now. Got the fire rod, half magic, got the gold sword. This is just gonna be too easy.
This fight.
There it is. I mean, you still gotta press the buttons, but when you're as practiced as these guys, it's pretty much over before it starts.
Pikapals got a nice little clip past the spike ball there. Since you are invincible during the hook shot, if you hook shot downward at the right time there, you can actually avoid taking damage from that thing. It's 1 damage, 1 heart isn't all that bad, but it's makes you feel pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Andy gonna be going immediately to that shovel. Since he doesn't have the boots, he knows that the fire rod doesn't unlock too much. It unlocks some stuff he probably doesn't want to go do quite yet. Other than Misery Mire, I guess. That'd be pretty important to go do. But Itemless Mothula and I guess Turtle Rock being the other candidates.
Oh, just 10 arrows at the big spot. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting decision here. But figure you go for the crystals, you can finish.
Has Andy been inside desert yet?
He has not.
Okay, so he's about to get the unfortunate news that you still can't complete this.
Well, he can get to the land modes. He won't be able to full clear.
Yeah, that's true. He won't be able to, if that's what he decides to use his key on. If he decides to actually go all the way back to Landwells and just ignore the right side, he'll have to remember that there's still an item over there that he can potentially check, but we'll see. I think in this situation it would make sense just to finish the dungeon. It's a crystal.
Yeah,
so
it's a crystal. And
but
you figure it means for a guy like Andy, hey, boots are around. I can find boots somewhere at some point and come back here and I'll have boots and I'll be really happy about having those boots.
yeah, that'll be really nice for him. Just being able to get the crystal dungeon, and or maybe potentially he doesn't find boots, right? He doesn't have to go hunt for boots if he happens to never find them, which them being where they are, he might not do that.
Yeah, we know that in this case, this is going to work out for him because there wasn't anything on the right side of desert. So whatever Lambos hold is going to be pretty much the best he can get apart from that crystal. Now Pika digging his way into the cold stare fight as Andy's going to start up the Lamb Mola's fight. 2 fights, 1 fire rod. He's probably fire rod. Yeah.
If only we could use those silver arrows.
Just 20 rupees on those Lambos.
Wow, that was the other Rabbit Desert. Great.
Yeah. And just a little instant replay action there for you, pals. Just about exactly the same strategy and outcome as Andy there.
Ooh, Andy going into Mire. All right, I've been really interested this whole time to see what is actually in Misery Mire. Because no one wanted to go in here without fire. Now that we have fire, that'll be super cool. Pikapals has a lot of more informed decisions having those boots. It looks like he's going to go grab Samaria, so I would assume going into Mire is next. Unless he decides to run all the way back across the top of the mountain to go into Turtle Rock, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Yeah, with the crystal versus the pendant, I think we'll go Mire, but at the same time, he's got the fire rod this time, and in one way it's a go, item here, and at the same time, oh, there's more items up here. I might really sink some time into this if I decide to do it. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pikapals finally having to make the long trek all the way over here for Canis Mire that he found so early into the seed, but can only just now get it. And it kind of stinks. This is going to be ignoring Turtle Rock, which I think is the correct decision. Going straight into Mire.
Yeah, at the very least, he's comfortable with those dark rooms, so logically for him, this is the play, because you can complete the dungeon. And if Mire and Bo ended up here, it would be fantastic. Of course, he's going to polish off Desert first, but we did see the mushroom so far in Mire.
Maybe that'll lead to the lamp. Alright, we're getting on the fire-locked chests here in Misery Mire. The two chests that no one wanted to come to Misery Mire for because they couldn't check these two chests. So let's see if it actually did end up paying off. Well, that will put the big key in its vanilla location, so he does need to go check that.
Indeed.
Finding a small key in that chest does mean that the big key is in its vanilla location after the cutscene here. So, just a little advanced knowledge. Do what you gotta do.
Oh, little side shot there from the fire rod. It's like some Ocarina of Time mirror shield action or something.
Fighting Twin Rova is impossible, dude. When you try to reflect those shots, your your beam just goes everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, certainly a completely different beast than some of the boss fights here. So we got Pika unleashing the fire, a little bit of gold, just misses the 0.
Yeah.
And a well-timed spin puts that one as shortly as it can be. All right, we got 3 more locations, including Vitreous.
Still one more item. I guess the lamp needs to be over here. That'd be a pretty nice bailout. Not that they can't do the Dark Room Misery Mire, but it'd be, you know, pretty convenient to find immediately. Look at this spark. What the heck is this guy doing?
Something about the way they spawn on screen. If they get in a weird multiple, I guess they latch onto nothing.
Oh,
and he just sneaks in. The map. Alright, Pika also joining Andy and Mire now. Fullest clear.
And Vitreous has the last item.
And it will not be the lamp, which is just as well for these runners. They're hoping for a Mire bow at this point.
I still hope this mushroom finally leads to the lamp. It's either the mushroom that leads to the lamp or it's up in Turtle Rock. That's really the only things I can think where it could possibly be right now.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy. With this bow still at large, there's the other pendant dungeons that are just completely out.
Having sword beams in that first room, Mire is so useful.
Absolutely. One of the few places where you actually really want to have them, other than because they do less damage. Kind of wish you didn't have.
Yeah, but everything there dies in one hit anyway, so it's actually pretty
it's just
beneficial.
perfect.
Someone asking if the lantern can be in Swamp. If we find the mirror up in Turtle Rock, sure.
Yeah, if the mirror is not behind the lamp, which would be, I think at this point, if it's not behind the boots or the item that Vitreous is carrying, then yes. but we need that mirror to get into the swamp, so we won't know until we find it.
You know, we've been talking about these 2 required items, the mirror and the bow, and with Eastern Pod as pendants, that bow can be all the way against tower, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, we won't need it until we need to get up the tower, so we may see, some of people's favorite layouts, like the bow behind Ice Armos.
Yeah.
And the Gold Sword, in a fury, taking down Vitreous for 20 rupees.
Wow.
We are still searching.
It's Turtle Rock or that stupid mushroom.
The mushroom has yet to be redeemed. It's true. It could be the mushroom of ultimate worth.
If Turtle Rock happens to be answered, Pikapals might be kicking himself a little bit, not going in there after grabbing Samaria, but it makes perfect sense that he didn't,
Absolutely.
so I can't really blame him for anything.
Yeah, you want to go for your crystals, and right now we're, we can finish up Skull Woods, but we know there's no item there. You'd just be doing it to not do it later.
Where is Andy going? The bomb, the big bomb, that's right.
Desert and Ice Palace, both complete. Our little Max Rebo lookalike is gonna sell us a bomb, and who knows, maybe the Pyramid Fairy's packing both of our Go Mode items. That would be just a
yeah, it's not gonna have
surprise.
Oh, that is not where he's going. Never mind. Yes, it is.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it is. He forgot where
himself.
He was going. Yeah, he went to get had beef with that Hinox.
No, the lamp isn't going to be here, but yeah, finding either of the other 2 items would be pretty substantial.
Yeah, as you were mentioning earlier, the key layout for Desert assumes that you're willing to go into the back half of the dungeon to take a key to open the right side, doesn't it? Which means that the boots are like a required item for Desert, even though you can beat it.
Correct. So that's why this will not be the lamp, because we know those boots were guarded behind the lamp. If it is the lamp, we got a problem.
The King of Burna and $300. Well then.
Jeez Louise. Go turn in that mushroom, dude. He hasn't even been to Eastern Palace yet, has he?
I guess not. Both
For
of our
him?
brothers getting that power glove out of the back of Sahasrara.
Oh, he's gonna
fake powder because he doesn't have the boots to get the powder off the library. All right. You know what?
Hey.
I really like this in terms of mobility. I imagine it puts a little lag on, but just letting the magic take care of itself, that's pretty good.
Can't wait to get that single arrow. Heck yeah, dude.
The arrow you kill Ganon with.
With the 50 others we have. Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, Pikapals doing just fine getting along here.
Alright, is this... The Misery Mire wants you to go in there to grab the mushroom, to come back out and get the lamp. Is that what it is? No, it's nothing!
No.
Turtle Rock is the answer. It has to be.
I think we're down to Turtle Rock. How silly. How ridiculous. That was quite
pretty
the
good
slash pattern, yeah.
He has a pretty good rhythm on that, yeah.
Purple chest is open, it's true.
Oh my
Banner
gosh,
Smith's
that's right.
return. Yeah. And if we get the mirror first, the bow could be in any of the mirror locations. If we get the bow first, I think Helmasaur has an item. And that's like
Gosh,
the
yeah.
only bow locked location with an item. I think we got them all out of Eastern.
Yeah, you are definitely right there.
Oh, actually, just reading the words green pendant out of chat though. And that, of course, at Eastern, so it could go either way at this point.
Of course. Has to be Eastern Palace, doesn't it? Even though you got all 3 items and Armus doesn't have one. Of course, it has to also be the green pendant. So
Yeah.
it could still be that double dip that happens so often.
We'll see at this one, or at this point, my brain is in a knot.
Pika is going to the purple chest?
I guess so.
Or maybe
We'll
just
see.
to finish off Skull Woods, but we know Skull Woods doesn't have an item, and he knows that as well, so he's not going to bother right now.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be purple chest. And I'll save and quit, be able to either walk it down or flute 7.
Oh, I guess he still has hammer pegs to do, huh?
Oh yeah, how about it? It makes this a slightly higher value play.
Alright, Turtle Rock. Is it right here? Are you gonna be nice and give us whatever it is this quickly? No, you're not. Well, fine. I think... Does Pikapals have any other check than Turtle Rock after this? Pyramid Fairy, I guess, but...
Yeah, because only Andy did Pyramid Fairy. I think everything else is mirror locked, but those are bombs, which...
They don't even have the mirror to check Mimic Cave. This stinks.
Right, this is ridiculous. Like, mirror on Laser Bridge Bow and Cave, lol. Like, what?
Even if we get to the end of this, we can't fight Trinex yet, so even if Trinex... I guess we don't even have the lamp to gain access to him yet.
Yeah,
so it has to be something...
Yeah, so where's the lamp to put the most item-dense part of this dungeon into logic? What?
They had the big key already, right? Yeah, it's not the... Oh, wait, no, that isn't the big key. Never mind. Okay, they do have the big key already. So, there's only 2 chests left. That'd be the big chest and then the roller room chest. That's it. There's something in one of those 2.
Yeah.
And it could be like... It could be anything,
Yeah.
dude.
It might be lamp, it might be mirror, it might be bow.
Well, I guess if it's the bow wouldn't actually unlock anything though without the lamp, so I don't think it's going to be the bow.
No, you're right. Because you would need the lamp technically
to do anything else with it.
Right. So either like they would both have to just line up here, or I don't know.
I hope the answer is both. Yeah, it's the bow and the lamp. Just think, hey, go kill Helmasaur, or hey, go get the green pendant.
Yeah, because we've got the small key now. Oh, and bomb upgrade. Still plenty of those to go around.
It's probably Mire, just to drag out this lamp as long as possible.
At this point, I think it has to be.
Yeah, the only thing lamp would really unlock is further into TR, right? I think.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Lamp will get us down to the laser. But it's the mirror.
It's the mirror. Jeez.
And
he's gone.
This is super convenient because now.
Oh, Mimic King.
Mimic King.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Finally. Holy cow, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, we're still only at the 120 mark, basically. So, like, relatively fast overall still. Just the gate being those 2 items and the way they kind of tie themselves together in the seed is just crazy. Oh, and he's gonna just double check in case it's a roundabout to get the lamp from Swamp, let's say, and come back up for the bow.
Item placement is dumb. That's super dumb. Yeah, Andy's got to
It's
commit
certainly
to
random.
this. Yeah, it really is. He doesn't want to leave the he doesn't want to leave the bow behind here in case that
Yeah, because if you go and
yeah.
handle Swamp Palace in a full clear fashion versus trying to go mode it, you're gonna sink a ton of time in.
Well, I like that freeze frame on Pikapal's screen there.
I was
Pikapal,
just gonna say that was like some WWF action, body slamming Turtle Rock right now.
I've never seen that Pokemon move before, jamming a sword into a turtle.
Yeah, nice body slam being a Pokemon move too. I accidentally that. All right, Ether, completely unneeded, and oh, a
the
minor
ice rod.
setback there.
The ice rod gonna be here anyway.
Don't say that.
Okay.
That would have been amazing. But yeah. All right, so Pikapal's now making his dive.
I think Pikapals doesn't really have anywhere else to check, right? It has. He knows something has to be here.
Yeah, I think both of our runners whittled this right down to, oh my gosh, I have to go to Turtle Rock.
Oh, is that gonna hit? Okay,
there you go.
Second shot hits.
Yeah.
Immediately goes to Swamp Palace. That's definitely the correct play, in my opinion. Hopefully the bow will be here. And not in some other Mire locked location on the overworld. I suppose there's two of them right next to here, so it won't be all that bad.
Yeah, we got our Bombos Tablet and our South of Grove Ledge, or K45 if you read the spoiler logs. And we'll see if either of those will have ended up saving a boatload of time here.
Or maybe the ice rod's here, and we gotta go all the way back to Trinex. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah. If ever there was to be a seed to require that, it would seem to be this one.
I suppose this does give us access to Ganon's tower now, doesn't it? So that's probably where Andy's gonna be headed. Maybe. I don't know how much you check before just going in there.
Yeah.
The nearby mirror points are pretty convenient. So, jeez. Honestly, the mirror probably does lead to the lamp. I mean, it's gonna have to. We don't have already checked everywhere else. So
yeah,
it's probably...
It'll all come down to where that bow pops up at this point. And chat asking who's ahead.
It's a great
right
question.
Now, it would seem to be Andy, but I can only emphasize that we have not found the bow. We need the bow to climb Ganon's tower. That's a huge wild card at this point.
Yeah, it really is. And then, a minor wild card, I guess, at the moment would be the fact that Pika does have boots. So, missing 2 items, that's 2 items that can be on the Ganon's tower torch that we need, rather than just the key.
Yeah, that would be, that would be just painful for Andy to find a bow on the torch at this point. And yes, logically, to answer chat, the GT double dip is a thing.
Yeah, it's super rare, but it can definitely happen. You can have to go into Ganon's tower to leave again to go pick up, hookshot, bow, Samaria, perhaps?
Yeah, I guess maybe even the fire rod?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Well, Oh yeah, you're right. Logically, yes.
Yeah, but you can
in
bomb
practice,
jump that requirement away.
yeah.
That's one of the more ornate bomb jumps, not necessarily for the jump part, for all the setup.
Yeah, trying to do that without getting blasted by beams is pretty fun.
Yeah. Our third shield here and the big key.
Andy not gonna go turn to the big key right now, so we'll probably dip back into the dungeon after this.
Yeah, I'm guessing then he must have skipped left side.
Yeah.
But only for now. He would like to find, say, the bow Argus, because that would send him straight to Ganon. Well, to Skull Woods and then to Ganon's Tower.
For those wondering in chat, the boots were in the big chest of Eastern Palace. It was locked behind the lamp. So that's why we're still pretty curious about where the lamp ends up falling. But we know we're not going to technically need it, because we already have the fire rod.
Yeah, and at this point, we're through all of our dark rooms.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Nice quick opening for Argus here. And a great second phase. Stellar fight from Andy there for a heart container.
Man, oh man, you got to go back in at this point. There's no
Oh yeah,
reason.
100%. You've got 3 locations. I can't say I remember if he's found the map or compass yet.
Pika, as we expected, heading right into Swamp Palace. Not gonna bother checking any of the other mirror locations first. That makes a whole lot of sense. There's 2 right near here that even if Ganon's Tower is your next stop, you might still stop to see if those 2 items, those 2 mirror locked items near here happen to be the bow. I don't know. That'd be kind of a hard gamble to make, but think of the time save.
Yeah, it's all coming down to, at this point, just maybe some statistics, you know, or perhaps just a bit of intuition. But a heart container there.
Did he pause so we could see the map compass situation here?
I think he did, and I think I totally missed it.
I totally missed it.
Yeah.
Well, Pikapals has the map, so we know he's got at least that much.
Right on. Now gonna do the setup here, get the water down after a little early on the lever push. We got simultaneous water cutscenes. Oh my gosh. The excitement.
It's so draining. Don't hit that. Yeah, don't forget to hit that switch.
Yeah, you don't want to get all the way up there on the one. Have to go all the way back. Pikapal's nabbing the key, gonna head south now. I think he's gonna set up for going left then. We'll of course see in a moment.
Okay, they're calling up here.
Oh no,
soon.
heading straight to the back. All right.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna. I mean, it makes sense. I can't blame him. I would do
Yeah.
the same thing.
And that means he'll probably end up doing just the same. Andy here coming back in to finish everything off.
Yeah, knowing that there'll be 2 items still.
And the lamp is here deep on the right side of Swamp Palace.
Maybe Andy will go get his boots now. How convoluted was that? Jesus. Think of all the hoops you had to walk through just to do that. And logically now you would just be able to go get the boots and go finish Desert Palace.
Sheesh. I mean, the items were all there. It's just, why would you go that way with it?
Alright.
Art piece of Babos?
Yeah.
And
Okay, he's gonna go to the Grove Ledge.
yeah, being in the Dark World, gonna be able to mirror, not able to flute, so about all I can do from here.
Holy moly, the lag. Oh, God.
All those Toros, the Ropa.
Is the bow here? We've been looking for it for so long.
Nope,
No,
just another
it's
100
not.
piece.
Where is it? It's either on
Oh, and
Graveyard
just
Ledge.
slipping away on the first cycle of phase 2, but nailing it down on the second. And yeah, we're down to Graveyard Ledge. We're down to
GT.
yeah, Ganon's Tower. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Oh, checkerboard.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
And unless somehow we all missed it on top of Spectacle Rock, without that's the case.
I do not think it was on top of Spectacle Rock.
No, we'd be losing it right now. Trinex might still have the bow.
He
That's
might.
technically
Maybe
a
we'll-
possibility.
Maybe the ice rod is in GT. We have to walk back out.
Oh my word.
That would be the first place to go. If you found the ice rod in Ganon's Tower and
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
you'd absolutely go to Trinex first.
I mean, just because of this seed, right? Like, oh man. Wait, we're gonna see Andy take care of this last crystal though. Now that he's made a couple of other Dark World checks.
Pikapals is okay. I thought he was thinking about going to Mimic Cave, and I was like, no way.
I think he forgot about Skullwoods.
Oh, that would make more sense. Yeah.
Either that, or he might have really been thinking Mimic Cave. What if the ice rod is in Mimic Cave? Would be in his head. We know it happens not to be, but
Yeah. At this point, you just have to commit that there's nothing there. You have to completely ignore it.
yeah.
Well, we know there's no more items in Skullwoods. We found both those items very early on in the seed here. Probably like an hour ago, right? Andy's going a little nuts there. He's like, Jesus, where is this bow? And very quick, 4 slashes, take down Moth, see you later.
Yeah. And you know, I thought it was odd that Pika was so close behind Andy on their Swamp Palace. He skipped left.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Pika skipped left side of Swamp.
Wow. That's actually that's bold.
I just realized that, yeah.
That is
Yeah,
bold.
it is. It really is. Maybe this is a I feel behind kind of play here. I feel behind, so I need to save as much time as possible and just commit to these gambles to even though I'm not in go mode quite yet. But Andy will be our first player going up to Ganon's Tower. Hoping that either the big key or the bow are not on the torch. 'Cause he still does not have that bow from Eastern Palace yet.
And a stellar fight from Pikapals as well, cleaning up the Malthiel fight. And just my oh my. Where will this bow end up? Statistically, it's in Ganon's Tower.
It has to be, right? It can't just be on
Yeah.
Graveyard Ledge after all this. Or in Checkerboard. So, provided that the bow is here, Andy clearly has the lead right now in distance traveled, but We know
Yeah.
both these players have really great execution. We'll have to see. The boots aren't going to save that much time, though they may make a couple easier strats climbing up the gauntlet.
Yeah, and even in the Ganon fight. If you can do your dash pokes, you can get right inside that circle.
Yeah, that's true. With the gold sword, I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. Because you could easily push the phase even without doing those fancy things. We'll see. Okay, here we go, Ganon's Tower.
Boomerang, not a bow. Some arrows, which aren't a bow. But
Nothing
no
to fire
key.
them with.
Yeah, no key to go left. Chat calling the time for Andy's GT entry, 1:35:13.
Okay, and there's our torch. It's a small key.
Interesting. For as thoroughly as we might have to clear this, that could prove to be problematic. I guess there's always the one extra key because of the middle door.
Yeah, but Andy might have to clear a little bit more than he wants to, just because of that. Like, there might be a key in the tile room, maybe? I don't know. We just found another one.
Yeah,
Probably
I mean,
fine.
it just depends on where's that bow. And of course that big key, but that's a standard requirement.
Pikapals gonna be able to grab this key. Heck yeah. Boots showing their worth.
Yeah, Pikapals has acquired Mighty Key. Nice snappy menus from Andy there to pull off the little boomerang move.
I'm just kind of on the edge of my seat here, waiting to see one of these two items we need still.
Yeah, I mean, even if we find that big key, we gotta find that that archer's equipment, that bow.
Yeah, it could be in the... We might see the big chest check here, actually.
Yeah, that would be something. You don't normally get it in the open or standard rando.
Dude, if it's on Graveyard Ledge, both of these players are gonna go check. If it's in Graveyard Ledge, I think Pikapals has the advantage here, because Andy would probably go in Eastern Palace first, right?
Probably.
Oh, there it
there
is.
it is. All right, and another potion. All right, so we have our bow out of the rando room. You won't have a bowless ice arm. Well, yeah, no bowless ice armos. Might not even see ice armos. We'll see.
So Andy, I guess that's go mode finally.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time. About 137.5 into this thing.
Pika right on his heels, going to be picking up that bow here in just a moment as Andy heads over to Bob's chest, which is named for the crazy, the crazy anti-fairy that you will see in this room because Andy could not get the key off the thing. Oh no, it takes a fall there. That's
Yeah,
actually
without the
significant
boots.
fall.
Yeah, that's significant. And he's just gonna sneak up and gonna take another fall. Oh my. These
Uh-oh.
boots are actually coming up huge right now. The fact that Andy can't just take the simple bonk off of here, because that is admittedly a tricky bomb jump. You can literally not see your platform, and it's incredibly easy to overshoot.
Yeah, it really is.
This is mesmerizing.
You gotta get this dude. He's
Oh, he
across.
sneaks it on.
Pikapals is across.
Oh my gosh, the sink. Both our runners with that bow. And Pikapal's just tanking Bob there.
Andy kind of was doing a whole weight thing there.
Yeah, so Pikapal's just kind of squeezed through here. By Bob and by Andy.
We finally get to use these arrows in the best way possible. Silvers on Armos.
Another bottle. They really want you to get through this Ganon fight, the bug net, so you can have fun on Aghanim.
Unreal.
Yeah,
Alright,
this
Pika.
is incredible. Both of these matches looking like a chance now of being decided by boots. One in probably the most, like, sort of expected way to factor out the hook shot. and one in just the most unexpected way to happen in Ganon's tower, but not the torch.
I've never seen I've never seen that bomb jump like sway something this hard.
Yeah.
I guess we
there's still plenty of race left.
Yeah.
But like to see that lead change there is something else. Oh my. Making sure to get that Gibdo twice with the box. Certainly not on purpose, but
that was really close.
Oh man. And there's
There
the
we
big
go.
key. Alright, so we're down to 19, I think that was.
Yes, I think that's correct.
There it is.
Oh, and Andy does find a key immediately next to the big chest, so he does have that extra key. It was not in the
Perfect.
tile room.
Perfect. Keeps this
He
one
doesn't-
nice and close.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do the tile room in order. Well, I guess there was a key under a pot right after that room wasn't there. Never mind, he was fine.
And Sackett 82, the closest guess from a sub or supporter with 20 on that big key guess. Yeah, we got that mirror shield and those silvers. These rooms go down so easy. You just stare those mimics right in the face. Pump faking a little bit down that spike hallway there, and actually does get through unscathed. Very nice.
Yeah, it's really hard to get down through there without taking much damage.
Exercising the patience.
Pikapals runs through these halls while Andy just kind of strolls casually.
Yeah, this is... oh, man. This is unreal. Gauntlet going exceptionally for Pika right now. Yeah, wow, that was a great room 3.
Yeah, I can use all those expected, boot strats of dashing around.
Wow, this is all going Pika's way right now.
Andy having a little trouble there with those skeletons. Is a little low on health. I think there's a blue potion in hand. Because we definitely...
If not, at least a red from behind us.
Yeah, I know we saw the mushroom turn in, so I would assume he got a potion during that time. I know he doesn't have the powder.
Right. Yeah, if nothing else, he's got a red and a green from Ganon's tower.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they just picked up a red. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, so a little bit of a hang up in Pikapals 2. Chance for Andy to creep back into this. Of course, Agate 2 being a geometry test.
Yeah, they will get the
Ganon.
same patterns, of course, but who knows? Anything can go
Yeah,
crazy.
like this is still so close.
Pika had a pretty stellar GT climb there. That gauntlet was pretty great. I think he got
Yeah,
a
that was
2-second
crispy.
land mola.
Mhm.
But other than that, it was actually pretty awesome. Is he gonna have enough magic to 4 fire rod shot here? Oh yeah, of course.
Nice. Yeah, and he'll get his obligatory full. Oh, nice. Taking advantage of the positioning on the Helmas.
Yeah, to not have to take a hit from the spikes there, I guess. But with the
Yeah.
powder, you can refill right here if he really wants to. Well, it doesn't need magic, so maybe not.
He's just moving right along. He's got a blue, a green, and a red. So it'll be dash and... Oh,
Ooh.
wow. Almost taking the fall. Good lord.
Alright, Andy about to get through the Helmstar room right on Pika's tail. Which is very
Nice. Okay.
I don't even care. That's great.
Oh,
They didn't even need to check that. There's nothing that could possibly want to make this fight any easier, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah. What a fantastic scene this has been. Alright, so Agate 2 underway as Moldorm 2 goes down for Pika. Let's
Oh, Andy doesn't
Oh,
check
he's
it.
so
I think it's fine.
yeah. Sneaking a double out of that, very nice. Ooh, almost
Oh, wow.
getting a triple out of that, really going at it.
That mini Helmelsaur room is pretty crazy without the boots.
Oh, it is.
gotta
Yeah,
say.
that ice especially really does you a number.
Andy used that hook shot to good effect there, stunning a couple of them so he didn't get bullied around while just walking straight up.
Yeah, that's definitely a smart move. And starting off the triple is Andy.
Very nice.
Yeah. Sneaking the double, just needs one more. And nails, I think, all three of them. Just dunking it.
All right, Pika hops down into the Ganon fight, is looking pretty good to take this, but it's just moments behind is Andy.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
any small slip up can put this out of reach for either of our runners at this point.
Gold sword, the phases are easily dispatched here, going on to the third phase.
Oh wow,
Gets some
gets fire out of
that's
it,
fine.
huh?
I have no idea why that fire
Yeah,
came
that-
out. There's no way.
Yeah, stingy as anything, really, but plenty of time to get out of the way. And the teleports are being so kind.
Single
Moving this fight right
teleports.
along.
No extra teleports. All of them
Wow.
are the first. And look at this setup. What was that? He didn't get stunned. Whatever. Ganon, you're stupid. Doesn't get the torch glitch, but we don't need it.
Reading the positioning just perfectly. Meanwhile, Andy already into phase 3 now.
Yeah, a little minor slip up there at the end of that fight,
There
but
it is.
it'll be enough.
Oh, baby.
Jeez. Oh, Andy almost taking a fall there after that hit, but
Yeah,
does
Pika
manage to
almost
get 2 hits.
missed it on his last hit, too. Whew.
Yeah.
Your GG's in the chat for both of these guys, as now Ganon's blowing up on the left side of your screen. Pika walking across, taking first place with a 146.49.
It
Ganon
doesn't
could not be more appropriate on Pika's side right now.
it doesn't get too much closer than that. That was particularly insane.
Yeah, and Andy getting second place on this race, 147.03. That is 14 seconds. Fantastic.
And we are joined here by our winner Pikapals. Congratulations. That was a
Congratulations,
crazy finish.
GG.
Hey, thanks. That was quite the ride.
Yeah. And a couple of things towards the end, and I saw you're already discussing with Andy and IRC about this, but the boots. Oh, and we're joined by Andy now. GG, Andy. What a race.
Yeah, GG.
I've never seen the boots be a deciding factor in that way before.
Yeah, the lead change was in the floor puzzle room before the Armos. Being able to bonk versus having to bomb jump that turned the lead, and then it just sort of stretched from there. It was remarkable to watch. You guys put on such a show. Really excited for Game 3 tomorrow. But how are you both feeling?
I hate that bomb jump.
Honestly, I think we all do. No matter who's doing it. Why don't I have boots right now?
Yeah, it's just a reminder that, oh, this feels bad.
Yeah. But just absolutely fantastic stuff from both you guys. As the seed was very generous to start. You got your flute, your hammer. You get that power glove out of the back of Sahasral, and you're all right, cool. Dark World, let's go. And then just where'd everybody go?
I think it was a hard sell to go check out Eastern Palace at that point, so I guess neither of you did it, and it made a lot of sense to me. That's a lot of stuff in Dark World you can go check.
Yeah, also, thank goodness you guys were comfortable with dark rooms, huh?
Yeah, that lamp was interesting. I thought about skipping it, and I thought about skipping like everything, and then just going to Skullwoods and GT. But
yeah, and of course, Pikapals did skip it. Another factor in mounting that comeback.
Yeah, I just figured, like, there's this very, very solid chance that Bo's just going to be in GT, because there are, like, I think, 4 or 5 items left
Yeah.
other than that.
Yeah, there were not that many at all.
Yeah, and you've got your 20 some locations in the basement there, and then like 4. So yeah, you do your math and you realize you're out of fingers and toes to figure out the odds there.
The only thing we didn't see, like on the overworld, was checkerboard and graveyard ledge. I think was all. Maybe the green pennant, but
Yeah, I think those were basically it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a hard sell to check the green pendant in that seed.
And yeah, just goofy item placements right to the chest and ice rod. At least you didn't have to go looking for it.
Yeah, it's so nice. Moldham 2, sometimes he looks out for you and says, hey, you don't worry about that, boss. Let's just keep this safe.
Just all together, awesome routing from you guys, dealing with the lamp logic and just pushing through. And both Ganon's towers climbs just unbelievable.
I want to commend Pikapals for trying to put off getting Samaria for as long as he possibly could.
Yeah, I got that real early.
Yeah.
I mean, going back all the way up there without the Mire sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, and your delay, of course, being seated pretty much solely on the delay to go to Ice Rod Cave, where Andy went immediately, had Master Sword, so he could get it while he was at Hera. And you're like, oh no. Then Mire shed blowing up with 2 swords.
Yeah, that was, it's like, well, I found all the sword cache. They just kept him right next to Vitreous for me.
Yeah, and turned out to be quite nice. I think it was deployed just the stand in front of the goop and destroy Strat.
Yeah, I wanted to check all like the random little things I hadn't done with the flute before going up to Death Mountain, just because I didn't want to walk all the way up there without a fire source, ideally.
Yeah.
And so I checked like Sick Kid and Agna. I checked what was on Desert Ledge, and I did Ice Rod Cave before going up there.
Yeah, it makes sense. When you get handed that flute early, you can dig into those corners a little more and be able to pull away from what, for a little bit, was looking like, oh no, maybe. But then some of our other progression popped elsewhere.
Yeah, I just figured I've got all this stuff I can check on Death Mountain. Maybe I'll find something that'll lead me to Boots, and all that other stuff will get faster.
Also makes sense, and I mean, again, the distribution on this one was so truly anyone's guess for a lot of it.
Yeah, it was pretty much the opposite of yesterday.
Yeah, it really was. Hookshot immediately.
Yeah, I appreciate that for that one.
Yeah, Fisher wished on that one.
I had a nice chuckle about that, and I'm like, well, dang.
I remember Epi saying as soon as someone found it that, yeah, Pikapals is really going to be happy about that one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm okay with losing to Hookshot and Left Side Pendant Swamp once, but I don't need to do it twice in the same series.
Right. Yeah, that would just be... But thank you guys again for an excellent run. GG to both you. Congrats on tying this one up, Pika. Really looking forward to Game 3 tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, or in particular following up on Game 4 of our finals at 2 p.m. here on Speed Gaming. Want to give a shout out to our tracker, Carissa, keeping us up to date all race. My co-com, Mikan, it's been a pleasure. And Andy, Pika, any final thoughts here?
No bow and GT tomorrow, please.
I think that's one we can all agree on. And what about you, Pika?
It's been fun. Looking forward to tomorrow's game.
Excellent stuff. Well, I've been Epibliticus. Thank you again, chat, for tuning in. We hope to see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. Mikan, I'll give you the final word.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. Epi, I had a lot of fun. I couldn't really ask for a much closer race than that. That was
It was fantastic.
The last 5 minutes of that were pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone else had fun as well. So thanks for coming by, and
Yeah,
come back tomorrow.
Our menu times within like 30 seconds. Election rates
they?
within 10. Yeah, just crazy stuff. Just down to the numbers.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, come back tomorrow, everyone. See you
Yeah.
next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Good night, everybody.